Okay, what's happening in Chicago is about to affect everyone in the country, even if you don't live there. President Trump just put this up on social media saying Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect the ICE officers, Governor Pritzker, too. Governor Pritzker then responded saying, "I will not back down." Trump is now calling for the arrest of elected representatives checking his power. What else is left on the path to full-blown authoritarianism? So how does this all impact you? Remember that the president called up to 400 National Guard troops from Texas to move into Chicago, Illinois. Now, Illinois has sued to block the deployment of the troops who are already in Chicago, by the way. When the president called for the deployment, a judge declined to block it, but they set a hearing for Thursday. Now, what happens in this ruling is going to end up having a big impact either way. Two things you need to know: the Posse Comitatus Act and the Insurrection Act. The Posse Comitatus Act blocks the use of federalized troops on U.S. soil against U.S. citizens in a law enforcement capacity. Now, if a governor reaches out to the federal government, calls the White House and says, "Hey, we need some help here. Can you send out the National Guard?" that's not a problem. It's when the governor objects to the deployment or doesn't ask for the deployment that it becomes a bit of a question. The exception to Posse Comitatus would be the Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act is what allows a president to federalize troops, use them on U.S. soil if there is a threat to an overthrow of the government or an insurrection of some kind. Now, if the judge rules in the hearing that the president is violating Posse Comitatus or blocks the National Guard from going in, he has said that he's willing to invoke the Insurrection Act. He said on Monday, "If I had to enact it, I'll do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I do that." So depending what happens in court, if they rule against the president and the deployment for the troops from Texas that are already in Chicago, it is possible that he'll invoke the Insurrection Act, which would supersede the Comitatus Act. And that would be a major escalation, not only for Chicago, but the rest of the country as well. Hope that helps. I'm Lena, your news anchor bestie. You can follow me if you care about this stuff.